From the dawn of time, man and sun have been at war. But now, we, HOSA Sun Protection, have a solution.
Hi, my name is Kate Bogg. I'm one of the OG HOSA members. And this whole thing really started because over the summer, I got really severe sun poisoning and one of the worst experiences of my life. I went to the beach and I forgot to reapply my sunscreen. Like, I barely slept. I could barely move at all. I just stood still for like a week. It was really bad. I was blistering, I was peeling, it was awful. So after that, I never forgot to reapply my sunscreen again, and it's really helped me, and I started learning all the benefits of wearing sunscreen. And so, I got my HOSA team together and we realized we all had stories from ourselves and our family members who have dealt with some sort of sun damage. And so we just came together and we just want to help everyone in protecting their skin and making sure they stay safe and healthy. So certain skin tones are more prone to sun damage and sunburns and certain types of skin cancers. So obviously it's the lighter skin tones that are more prone to that. And I'm a ginger and I'm Irish. We have terrible skin, so it's really important that the lighter skin tones protect their sun and reapply more often and make sure they're being covered more often, staying in the shade, drinking plenty of water. But the darker skin tones, they can chill a little bit, but we still recommend they wear sunscreen because skin cancer can affect everyone and we can still get sun damage. And yeah, so just wear sunscreen. Everyone wears sunscreen. So it's really important to reapply your sunscreen. I recommend reapplying every 2 to 3 hours when you're being outside and every 4 to 6 hours when you're stuck inside. My favorite sunscreens that I recommend is Sun Bum, CeraVe, and Hawaiian Tropical. Those are my favorites. And yeah, you just wear your sunscreen. I put on sunscreen this morning. I reapplied 2 hours ago. It's about time for another reapply because I am outside. So reapply your sunscreen daily.
What is up, you guys? This is Ariana Miranda and I'm an OG HOSA member. Today I'll be talking a little bit about HOSA and sunscreen in Florida. So we've gotten a lot of questions from students online asking, what is HOSA? HOSA is Health Occupations Students of America, and it's for future health professionals. The event we compete in for HOSA is community awareness. So we are here to impact and educate our community on health issues in our area. Since we live in Florida, the sun constantly blazing on our sacred skin. And that has made many cancers and other sun-related health issues a real problem in our area. We want to inform the community about this significant problem because it is very simple to prevent sun damage. Wearing sunscreen, staying in the shade, wearing protective clothing, making sure that you reapply sunscreen are all just some ways that you can prevent potentially killing yourself from the lack of knowledge about what the sun can actually do to you. This has become significant in my life because my dad had a cancerous mole on his leg. Yeah, that's right, his leg. You wouldn't think that a leg is a body part that gets hit by the sun a lot, right? Because it's so low, but you're wrong. I'm so thankful that we caught this cancerous mole in time before things escalated. The mole size was a mere freckle on Kate's arm. Can you believe that? He did have to take a week off for the removal and the recovery of the cancerous mole, but he's still with us today, and for that I'm truly grateful. It doesn't seem that big of a deal now, but once that cancer hits your bloodstream, you're a goner. Romanians are actually known for having pretty good skin and good resistance to the sun, and we never thought it would happen to us, but it could happen to anybody. So don't think that it won't be you, because it could be. Don't take that risk. Reapply your sunscreen. Look at all of the HOSA social media pages. There's so much information for you out there, and you could really learn a lot. And they're all fun, relatable, informative content just for you.
Hi, my name is Ava Augustine, and I am part of the community awareness team here at Bonita Springs High School. Our project this year is to educate the public on all things sun protection. In our own team, we conducted a survey at our school, say, giving a survey, asking questions on like how often do you wear sunscreen, do you reapply sunscreen, the basics. And the statistics that we have gathered is insanely scary. For example, how often do you apply sunscreen? 44.4% of people said that they only reapply sunscreen when they go outside to the beach. 25.9% of those people said that they never wear sunscreen. And only 22% of our survey population said that they wear sunscreen every single day. It is not getting through to people our age, such as between the 10 to 21-year-old range. We have started an Instagram and a TikTok page and a YouTube page because we know that's what our audience connects to the most, is social media. One of our TikTok posts had around, I'd want to say 4,000 views and around like 700 likes. And it's from the repost, the likes, that it appears more on other people's stories or For You pages. And our Instagram page is also very popular. Our most popular sort of section of our Instagram is our interview series, where we go around the school or around the community and we interview different people, different Floridians in our community. And this has gone insanely popular because people will see their friends on the interview page or people that they know, because, you know, living in Bonita Springs, it's a very tight-knit group. People know people. And they'll comment and be like, oh, I know this person. And that's how we get more attention out there. And we also have made these amazing flyers, brochures, on sun protection, where we have put all of our facts and statistics on here. Look, we have our members and stuff like clothing, shade, limiting your time outside. That's also very important. I mean, get that vitamin D, but try to stay out between midday areas because that's when the UV rays are most prevalent. People die from skin cancer. They have to go in under surgery and surgically remove it, and that's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is when it has spread so much that you will not be able to get all of it out. It is that detrimental and deadly. It's not worth the risk at all, and from what we have heard from skin cancer survivors, we've done interviews with them and other sun UV ray victims, is that it is not worth it at all.
Brooke Nash, the final member of HOSA, and I'm here just to talk to you about just my experience with sun protection and the damages that it can cause if you don't do it. Well, me personally, sun protection has been a big part of my life ever since my mom was unfortunately diagnosed with melanoma skin cancer, which is the worst type of skin cancer. It can seep into your blood and kill you, basically. And it was just a really scary time for me and my whole family, and really was a wake-up call to just wear sunscreen. Because as a kid, my mom would never wear sunscreen and would use baby oil or tanning oils to make herself look tanner. And that caused a lot of damages to her skin. And my mom has visible scars all over her face from just her dermatologist having to go in and cut out different cancer cells on her skin because she just never used sunscreen in Florida. She was born and raised in Florida, was outside all the time, and never used sunscreen and never reapplied. And we cannot stress enough how much that you should reapply, because that's really what makes or breaks you. And for me, I suggest if you're going outside and you're not going to the pool or anything, layer up. I know it's hot, but if you put some dark clothing on, it will actually, the clothing itself will absorb the UV rays and it won't go to your skin as much as lighter clothing. It's very important to make sure you're protected at all costs. Reapplying sunglasses and hats, like wide hats, are perfect for that protection. I know personally, when my mom had her procedure done to get the melanoma removed on her forehead, the hole was about, you know, an inch deep and 2 inches wide, and obviously you can see there isn't a lot of skin on your forehead to do that, so it was very scary that they were gonna hit the skull or something. But after her procedure, she would go outside and constantly reapply her sunblock all over her face, and we made sure that she had a hat on at all times just to shield herself from that. And it's just like, being tan isn't worth it. It is not worth your skin when you get older. My mom is 53 and she wasn't even in her 50s when she got it. She got melanoma. She could have died at the age 45 because of skin cancer. I think through Awareing the Community, we have learned so many different things, and we've met so many different people with different stories. You know, a lot of people are very sensitive to the sun, and although it might be fun to play in the sun for a while or go to the beach or a water park or my own pool, but you have to, in the back of your mind, be thinking, the sun right now could be damaging me. And it's okay if you're the only one at the beach where you're playing, because you won't get burnt. You won't get sun poisoning, diseases, cancer. There's so many different negative effects of not putting on sunscreen. And I don't want to see that happen to any of our beautiful followers.
I mean, the sun can get pretty detrimental, so I gotta make sure to put a lot of sunscreen on.
Sunscreen saves lives. It's good. My dad had skin cancer.
Who am I here with today?
Sharina Nash.
And you had skin cancer, correct?
Correct. Multiple places on my face. Forehead, my nose, and my mouth.
Would you say that was due to not wearing sunblock outside?
Yes. I was born and raised in Naples. Never wore sunblock. Tanned with baby oil, which was not a good combination. Would burn often. Just did not know the consequences of not wearing sunblock growing up in Florida. But this is the consequences.
Would you say that people should be more educated on what not wearing sunblock can cause?
Yes. I think later on in life, when you do have these skin cancers removed and holes in your face and scars on your face, then you definitely realize it wasn't worth a tan.
How would you say that having skin cancer has affected your everyday life?
Skin cancer, it's actually done nerve damage in my mouth, so sometimes it's harder to eat, and then I do drool a little bit on that side if I don't watch it. People stare at you a little bit more and figure out where the scar come from, or they'll ask questions. I do cover it up with makeup. So there is other, there's plastic surgery, things like that, that you can look into, but it does affect your daily work.
And how often would you say you wear sunblock?
Every day. I do right now every day. I go to the dermatologist every 6 months to get checked for more skin cancers. I have to wear sunblock because I'm more prone to precancer cells. And then I do have other laser surgeries done to my face, which it allows cancer not to grow.
So how was the recovery process, and what did you have to endure when they found out that you had skin cancer?
I had to endure shots to the forehead to numb. There's no fat there. They do have to take a large margin, a hole. I had a hole in my head. I had stitches all down my lips and my nose. And it's painful. My face swelled up. I had 2 black eyes. The pain from the stitches and the swelling was horrible for about a week. So there's a lot of pain involved in getting your face cut up, or your body, or wherever there is skin cancer at the time.
And would you say you're still recovering today?
Yes, I'll recover for the rest of my life. I have to have it checked every 6 months. I go for blood work to this cancer specialist, and they check your blood work just to make sure that melanoma, which is the worst type of skin cancer, hasn't gone into your bloodstream, which that's very dangerous if it does.
And how long ago did you find out you had skin cancer?
I've been on and off for 10 years.
Wow.
Yes.
And any final say to the kids at home?
It's not worth it. A nice tan, whether it's at a tanning booth or outside, make sure you wear your sunblock. It's definitely not worth what you have to go through later on.
Tell us a little bit about your profession and your clinic.
Okay. Well, our office is a dermatology office. So basically, we treat diseases of the skin, hair, and nails. I would say our practice, which is my last name, Hauk Dermatology, we probably focus and treat more of a skin cancer-based practice. We see a lot of skin cancers and precancerous lesions. So that's probably a main focus. And I treat a lot of skin cancers. I do a decent number of skin cancer surgeries.
So, what are some of the effects that the sun and the UV rays can cause on the skin or in the body in general?
Sure. So, good question. So, a lot of our skin cancers and precancerous lesions that we see in patients on their skin are the direct result of years of ultraviolet light exposure from the sun. So, a lot of times, patients that present with a skin cancer, for example, is usually the result of previous sun exposure or sunburns. The three most common skin cancers that we see that are usually directly related to previous ultraviolet light exposure from the sun, and it also includes, by the way, tanning bed exposure, which is another thing that causes skin cancers and premature aging of the skin and precancers. But the direct effects of ultraviolet light and tanning beds would be what are called skin cancers called basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and malignant melanoma. And one quick point on malignant melanoma is that's considered a more deadly or life-threatening form of skin cancer. Most important things is sun protection. And I think sunscreen can really help prevent skin cancer and protect people. What I generally recommend, though, we'll take it a step further when it comes to sunscreen, is I really prefer the mineral type of sunscreens instead of the chemical sunscreen.
I actually scored through it. Sunscreen, good for you. Very good.
I've been wearing my sunscreen because of you guys.
Always wear my sunscreen.
Hosa. Let's go to the beach, each pack the sunscreen. Whatever they say, what they gonna say. Grab a spray, clink, let's spray you down. I won't burn that fat, I'ma do what I want. You so pan, and let's put some on. I want a tan, and leave me alone. Me too, ooh, let's get it on. Don't be stupid, let's lay down the facts. The UV rays will damage your skin. The only way to protect you is SPF, so put on that screen before you die of skin cancer. I'm listening.